Good morning, John here. I bought this thing Thursday. They sent it out for repair from a local big box store, and it came back leaking gas all over the place. According to the guy that bought it new, which he didn't use it very much, says it was inoperable. It just kept smoking and drowning, and it wouldn't start. They first sent it out for repair, came back leaking gas, so they gave the customer a brand new unit. He sent it back. It came back, wouldn't run, still leaking gas. All the gas that was in here leaked out, went all over the thing. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how I figured out what was wrong with it. Now they said it needed a new carburetor and none of it was available. Couldn't find one. Funny, I saw them on eBay. For what I understand, this thing is a Kohler carburetor. So, we're going to take this thing off here first. Bit of a pain with this tire in the way. The filter out. I still got a little seepage in here. Might have been from the rain. We're going to take these two nuts and this bolt off. I know it hasn't leaked too much gas because it's dry underneath. Of course, it might have just evaporated. So, that nut off. Now, I tried to take this carburetor off. I swear this thing was glued on. But I watched a video on someone working on it and go, well, maybe what I saw might have been the root cause why it wouldn't come off as easy. Because they should just slide right off. I've been working on lawnmowers. Gee, I think I was about 9 years old. I'm going to be 58 next week. Okay. And I mean, really looking at it, this thing should just slide off, but I think they glued the thing on there. Okay, I do have some gas in here. Let me go get a clamp and I'll be right back. Okay. It's been a long time since I've used this. What you do here, you just open it up, put it on the gas line, you crimp it, and you lock it down. We might need that. Okay. It's a little cumbersome with all these things. So, what I gotta do is I gotta get this bowl off. Now, the funny thing is, when I took this thing apart Thursday, it's like, kind of odd. When I got the bowl off, the float and the valve was down in the bottom of the bowl. It wasn't even attached to the carburetor. And I'm going to lose some gas out. Nice and clean. So there's no ever any dirt in it. Now it does have a gasket, but it just didn't look like it was sufficient enough. So I do have another. Let's see, that's kind of weird. Let's see if I can't get that. No, that's probably not going to stay up there. There, that'll help control. Okay, so it does have a washer on. I didn't see it when I took it apart. So I put the float back in. This pin was just in the hole. the float, was down on the bottom of that bolt. That's like, really? So I got punches for making gaskets. Just find one that's about the right size. Gonna line it up here. Hopefully I don't knock everything on the floor. I got a little hammer. And we're going to have a secondary washer for this. So we're going to put this thing back on. We're going to slide this thing over. This way we get a little bit tighter fit on that bowl. I've done this on other things before and it worked out really well. Sometimes these fiber washers just don't have no sealing properties to them at all. Alright, I know we're still leaking gas, so I'm thinking just my clamp's not tight enough. So what we do, I'm going to put this thing, we got a rubber seal in there. That always seems to be another issue. These carburetors, well basically this engine, it's made in China. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have to be in the way here because it's really tight. Especially when I can't find the hole. Get this thing started. Rotate the drain where you can get to it. Now we're going to tighten it up. You got to get this devil nice and tight. Or, like again, it's just going to leak all over the place. The funny thing is, when I took this bowl off, it was never off. It had the factory mark on the bolt. And I thought that was a little odd, and I go, so why would a place in Nashville, I'm not going to say what their name is, because I wouldn't trust them with a shovel. How do they figure it needed a new carburetor if they never took the bowl off to see, oh, well, the float's off. That's why it was flooding, why it was leaking gas everywhere. If the float is in the valve is down in the bowl, it ain't doing anything. It's just going to dump gas all over the place. Tight without stripping. All right. Okay. I don't feel anything. Let's release the gas clamp. Let it go. Now this thing has an automatic choke, so there's no priming. Okay. The gasket that I made using the punch, I put it over the fiber washer that was on the bolt. I put it on here, tighten it all up, get it nice and tight. So what I want to do is to kind of wipe this gas down. I unclamped my gas line. I'm going to keep this all nice and clean. And we check for leaks. I mean, I paid, now get this machine, new, was $3.99 at the store. Since they sold it for parts, which always made me wonder, because if you're selling something for parts, you figure it's junk. Well, there's been several issues just because of this mechanic or this company they sent it to. They say there's something wrong and they can't fix it. Well, that's a lie. You can fix anything. You just have to put your mind to it. When you're on a homestead, you have to learn to fix your own stuff. You just can't keep taking it to somebody to have it do it. When it comes time for the service of my subcompact tractor, I do it myself. I've done all the other tractors. The rotting lawnmower is 14 years old. I haven't really done nothing to the engine other than put a starter on it and change spark plugs, oil, and stuff like that. I've never done anything to it. Okay. I won't bore you with me putting this thing back together, so I'm going to come back to you here in just a couple minutes. Alright. I don't see any leaks. Sat here for a few minutes. Perfectly dry. Let's see. Changing the washer. And also attaching that float. Let's make sure, at least hope it runs. There you go. I've always wanted one of these things. It's just this particular one has a little bit better design. You see how the handle folds up this way. No, not fold, it does fold forward. But it bends up this way. The old ones you're pushing like this, which you're pushing it like that, you wouldn't move. This thing, when you're pushing it forwards. You're not digging that wheel with the string on it. You're not digging into the ground. This is much more easier to use. I may sell my push mower if this thing works out. So, here you go. Brand new, not even a month old, Craftsman ST120 brush mower. Basically, it's what they call it. Got the 159cc motor on it. China. Well, everything's made there. But, so anytime you go to a store, you look out front and say like Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever, and they got something out there for parts. Don't be afraid to take a chance, grab it, take it home, watch videos on what to do with it, fix it yourself, and enjoy it. Save the money because you may need to replace a roof, put new tires or brakes in your vehicle. You never know. So if you enjoy these types of movies that I'm trying to put out, these little videos, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you.